Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Guru Purnima. The word Guru Purnima invites a lot of attention, thank you, to Shirdi Baba. If all of you know Shirdi Baba very well, Guru Purnima you should be knowing. It doesn't need any more explanation from Sai Uncle. The very first Guru Purnima, I would like to remind you. The significance of Guru Purnima, I'll talk for about 3 to 5 minutes later. Lakshman Krishnaji Nulkar is known in the Satcharita as Tatya Sahib. He came to Shirdi and he took darshan of Shirdi Baba. When he took darshan of Shirdi Baba, he was very, very happy. He blessed him. When Shirdi Baba blessed him, he also took him to when the Dwarakamayi was sitting there. The year was 1909, my dear friends. Shirdi Baba showed him the pole, small pole that is there in the Dwarakamayi. Any of you who have gone to Dwarakamayi will know the small pole there inside this thing where he is sitting slightly in front of him. So Nulkar was shown that pole. Baba said, "You please worship this pole tomorrow, not today." So tomorrow he said he would come and worship, and next day. And Nulkar was very, very happy. He went to the place where he was staying. Next day, that was a Friday. Next day was a Saturday. When he woke up, is the volume okay? When he woke up, he remembered, for the first thing he remembered was, oh, today is Saturday and today is Guru Purnima Day. Guru Purnima Day, for your information, most of you will know, but for those who don't know, is a very old tradition in India. This is not this was not celebrated just because Shirdi Baba is sitting there or any other Sadguru or, Lord Rama is coming and blessing and asking you. No. Guru Purnima was usually celebrated, I'll tell you, the Ashada month in the first usually it is July or August. Am I right? July, August, the Ashada month comes. And on the full moon day, it is being celebrated. In the Sanskrit, full moon is called Purnima. And therefore, Guru Purnima came into being. But let us come back to July 3rd, 1909. The day he came was July 2nd. And he came out and then he told Nana Chandorkar that Baba has told me. And therefore, he also wrote a letter to Nana Chandorkar in the same evening because he was available at Shirdi. And he mentioned in that, I went to Shirdi Baba, he blessed me, he asked me to start celebrating the pole, do a worship of the pole. And therefore, he told Radhakrishna, and he showed another one famous devotee like Dev. There is another devotee, Dada Bhatt in those days. So Dada Bhatt also went to Radhakrishna, and she sent all the arati and other puja materials. Nana Chandorkar came with lots of materials, puja materials. And therefore, the first day, the Saturday, arati was started, and Shirdi Baba said, do this puja with all the rituals, all the 16 types of rituals. This is Baba's actual words in Marathi or Hindi. Start doing this and do all the 16 rituals. Even though Baba didn't attach any ritual, no ritualistic business here in Dwarakamayi Puja or lectures or anything that we do. But the first puja was done on 16 ritualistic basis. And then after the puja, Baba collected all the dakshina and he distributed the dakshina between all the devotees sitting there. This was July 3rd, I told you, right? July 3rd of 1909, that was a Saturday. And this was the first Dwarakamayi Puja ever done in India at the instance of only Shirdi Baba. Shirdi Baba ordered, he requested, he ordered, and therefore this puja was done. This puja finds a place in M.B. Nimbalkar's book. It's a beautiful book, small book. And then it is there in Satcharita. But this particular story is not there in Satcharita. And hence, I wanted to inform you about this beautiful story of Nulkar being told to start the puja. Nulkar, as you know, you go to any temple like Chicago or Shirdi or Houston or Atlanta, you will find lots of the galaxy of devotees. And in that, Nulkar finds a prominent place. If you see all the devotees, about 100 devotees, and Nobody would, probably all of you missed. After the last devotee, there'll be 2, 3 places empty. Do you know why those places are empty? They want you to fill up the frame. They want one of you to come up, say 100 years, 1,000 years from now. If Bharati is filling up the plane, if Shrikant is filling up the frame, or our host, right? Shiva and his wife, they're filling up the frame. I won't be surprised. Because in every temple, they want more devotees to come up, follow the tradition of Shirdi Baba. And this is a very great tradition. And today we will talk about the Guru Purnima tradition. I'll tell you very briefly about what is Guru Purnima. Why did Shirdi Baba, is the volume okay? Why did Shirdi Baba ask Nolkar and Nana Chandorkar to start the puja? We will see. There is a significance attached to Guru Purnima. First of all, I'll tell you something about the human body. I'm not going to talk about all the levels of consciousness that all of you are trying to do or trying not to do, not to get the consciousness level, because I got to do that IT job, I got to become the CEO, I have to become the, software chief. Particularly, you want to become a software chief when there is a Microsoft failure yesterday, the blue screen blues that all of you met with. I never had any problem in my emails or any other thing that I was doing continuously, and so did so many others. Faced with all these problems, you fail to understand the attainment of the human body. The human body that have been given to you by your parents is perhaps the greatest gift of all. Because with this gift alone, your journey can continue from birth to birth. Your soul is traveling. The soul is a different aspect from the body, as all of you know. So when the soul's journey is taken from birth to birth, in numerous births, and then it wants to finally attain Godhood. And when you reach Godhood, you will be able to attain a status of, living without all the mundane worries, without all the attachment that you have. And that is the final bliss. That is the aim of human body, human life. You all celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day, right? All of you are celebrating Mother's Day and Father's Day. But then let's know, why do you celebrate this Guru Purnima? Guru Purnima is celebrated to salute your master. Guru Purnima, in this case, the master is your Guru. So you have to salute your Guru, because the journey of the soul from birth to death or from birth to birth is aided only by your Guru. Very great scriptures say the importance of holy Gurus. Your mind is influenced by the Guru. Your mind, all the bereft of all these worries, the Guru makes it, and then he takes it along the several births, and then the cycle. This is called the cycle of death and birth, and frees you from the limitations of the body. You may say, Uncle, I don't have any limitations of the body and soul. You cannot control soul. Limitations of the body, all of us suffer from. What kind of limitations? You have worries from your mother-in-law. You have worries from your boss because he's very crude and he's very harsh. You have worries from your, HOA, Homeowners Association. They're not clearing my backyard because lots of copper hits are appearing. Some head is appearing. Sometimes human heads are appearing. They are taking a trail. Beset with all the sunflower trees, they are finding their way. It's very difficult. So you call HOA. HOA person says that we have taken up the matter, sir, with the encore electricity. That becomes a problem because that's going on for the last 4 years, 3 years. And even though, people are directors, they are doing a very good job. They cannot. They have limitations because the city is involved, the HOA is involved, and several people are telling me they are taking away $525 every year. Yeah, they need to operate. You see the manifestation of $525, I tell them, see, there are 4 benches placed. While walking, you can sit on the benches. So there is always benefit. But then HOA has its own limitations. Similarly, human beings are beset with lots of problems at every stage. The deputy CEO, the chief scientist, the doctor, the Houston doctor who always contacts me because my boss is not respecting me. She has taken away all my privileges. I am an anesthetist. She wouldn't give me this thing. She gives me job only for Monday and Friday. The other days I got to be twiddling my fingers and then looking for the phone call. All these things, these are all real stories. These limitations you suffer from, right? I have my limitations because I cannot do anything personal. Phone keeps on ringing and then I keep on replying. If you ask her, she will tell you. I'm doing a puja, I'm reading scriptures, there'll be 2 phone calls in both the phones. All these limitations only gurus can take away and then free the person. Excuse me. Free you as a person from all this, inflicting infractions of the mind. These are only of the mind and the body. The Guru releases us thus from the suffering and finally grants the greatest aspect of human birth. What is the greatest aspect of human birth here? You will be joining with the bliss. This bliss comes only from your soul unites with God. Sripada Srivallabha says that it's going to take a number of birds, 100,000 birds, that is 1 lakh birds. Sometimes you have to come and go, you have to come and go. But then, when you serve your Guru, when you remember your Guru, on a day like Guru Purnima, that is today, if you think of the Guru, all your karmas are washed away. Unlike other days, when you probably 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, you are helping, you are praying to the Guru. On Guru Purnima day, when you do that, it is one of the very special days. Our scriptures say, on the Guru Purnima scriptures say that such a day never exists. You got to come and pray to your Guru, whoever may be your Guru. In this case, it is our Shirdi Baba, live Shirdi Baba in this picture. When Guru is present in front of you, the job becomes very easy. Why is it becoming easy? Because the Guru's soul, it takes away when you yearn for your peace, when you pray to him of anything, your promotion, your daughter's wedding, your son's admission to medical school, Baylor, and some people in the West Coast, the daughter is suffering from autism, and then she used to pray 12 years ago, and the autism was cured more than 80%. But then we need all of you to come to the Guru on a continuous basis. This is something that is lost on all the human beings. I think you understand what I am trying to say. People come when this puja is done, people come when you are doing the puja at your neighbor's home. That is simply not necessary. That is not required. If you are determined to do the puja, you have to be attending at every puja. We conduct the puja 12 months a year. Every month, only once a month on the 3rd Saturday. And how come you are finding it very difficult? Because the significance of Guru Purnima tells very clearly, on this day, the masters work together universally for the benefit of all the devotees, all the students, the masters. The Gurus work for the benefit of all the devotees. So on this particular day when you are praying, it's a very special day. On this day, when you pray, the energy of God energizes you. The energy of God, imprisons you and then takes you to Him, and then finally the final bliss I mentioned comes to you. This is a very difficult concept. Why I am saying this is a very difficult concept? On this particular day, if you pray to Shirdi Baba, the process becomes very, very easy. Unlike the other days, unlike the other 11 days we do the puja, it is very, very easy. Why? On this particular day, there is a process that starts removing your karmic blocks, fears, and all the doubts. They all vanish before Him. When you are here for 2 hours or 3 hours, including your prasad, and then come and take the flowers and do the namaskar, this process may take 2 hours. Once a month, you come here and do that. On once a year, on this Guru Purnima day, you do that. The process becomes very easy. This is what our scriptures are saying. It's not my quote, it's a scripture's quotation. On this day, therefore, if you pray to your Guru, there is a special merit. Your souls are held to a special gateway. Gateway is the special merit. On this gateway, when you enter, when you touch the toe and the third eye of Guru, It is not necessarily Lord Shiva. It's the third eye of our Guru. When you apply the sandalwood paste, our host did that. On the third eye of the Guru, it opens up and gives you enormous pleasure. It opens up and then removes all the three things, your mental blocks, your fears, and all the doubts, of which it's very famous. Every day at work, you have lots of mental blocks. In your personal life, you have lots of fears. What will reveal the next day, next week? What will happen if my mother-in-law comes and stays with me? What will happen if my husband goes there? There's one lady who had feared. What happens if he goes to Visakhapatnam and never returns? He marries somebody. These are all mental blocks because these are all happening in our lives. All around us, these things are happening. But today, the impossible, the scriptures say the impossible becomes possible. Believe me, today in the Guru Purnima day, for instance, I expected about 118, your son told 118 persons, right? I don't see 118 persons. If 118 persons are much more than 118 come, I would be happy because for all of them, the impossible will appeal, it will come to you. So far you think, achieving my son to join the cricket team, US cricket team and play against Pakistan, it's a life's dream, right? Play against India. That dream will come true maybe 10 years from now because your son is started playing and the Indian team in Dallas, Indian team is forming a part. And also, one of the devotees, he comes here, he is a captain, he became a captain last year of one of the teams in Flower Mound. I don't know whether he is here today. Ron. No, Ron is not here. He perhaps is playing a match this evening. So Ron is already captain of one of the teams, very popular teams. His dream is to get the degree from UTD and then become, all the process of immigration goes through and then he gets a visa and then marries somebody and then becomes a citizen. I mentioned that because that's one of the issues here thrown to me every day. And therefore, when the impossible becomes possible, you understand your Guru and there is the union of love. Basically, today's lecture is going to deal with the love of the devotees, love of the student for the master, for the Sadguru. What is this true love? You ask a husband today, you ask a wife today, the true love is just keep on fighting 25 hours a day over all, filial issues, over all the, bondages that we suffer from. So they keep on suffering from the pulls and pressures of everyday life, and therefore the husband and wife don't find any peace. Some of them are keeping quiet, and therefore keeping quiet is an issue also. Some people watch the Indian soap operas, Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, and then if you open, you see for 30 minutes, all the 30 minutes, 31 minutes, the mother-in-law is fighting with the son-in-law. Yeah, I hardly see, only one was exempted, a soap opera that defined the divinity, the goddess, and then the female heroine and the hero, they go in front of the goddess and then conquer all the problems. That is this process. They conquer all the problems and they both are in love with each other, but then hardly is there an expression of love in that particular thing. You ask my wife, she will tell you. But then there is so much of argument going on here, and therefore that is a very, very big problem. But then if they come to this puja, they will understand there is a possibility of union of your mind with our Sadguru. Therefore, this is the initiation. So this is the Sakti path that you are all going through, and ultimately you will destroy the difference between you and the Sadguru. Maybe a few more birds. The other day, one of the devotees asked me, in fact it is the last satsang, June, Mama, we do lots of bad things. We are always doing pop. So instead of taking birth, carrying it from birth to birth, for so many 100,000 birds or 1 million birds or 10 million birds, can we not wash these things on a daily basis? 2 persons have asked me this question. One is a doctor in Houston, Dr. Sushma, and the another is Srimati Jyoti, here in DFW, real names. That was a very beautiful question. I answered very succinctly saying, that is possible. You come to Guru Purnima, all your pabam, all your sins will be crushed away. Sripad Srilaba's ways of crushing your sins is different from Shirdi Baba. That is different from Narsimha Saraswati. That is different from Akalkot Maharaj, right? But then the common way is your sins can be taken away overnight. Every day she wanted to wash away these two great devotees, I should say. And you do lots, the answer is you do lots of good thoughts, good karma every day. Simple acts of kindness is a punya. Simple acts of giving is a punya. Talking very kindly with love with your husband is a great punya. Scriptures say that, I don't say that. Treating your wife kindly, answering without anger, that's a big punya. In other words, true love should exist between you in a family. That's what the scriptures are saying. So if you do all these good acts, I told Jyoti Garu, everyday basis, there is no time. If you keep on doing good things, where is the time for doing wrong things? Where is the time for developing sins? There is no time, right? So they were all convinced. And in the Houston, I had a very elongated reply. But then we will come to those replies later. Such a true love existed between a professor. The year was 2014. It's not long ago, right? 2024, about 9 years ago. He lived in Malleshwaram in Bengaluru. In Bengaluru, their history started about 50, 60 years ago. He was born with sisters and brothers. His father was working as one of the executive engineers, and the mother was a very pious lady. It's a long story of how they become from riches to poor, rags to riches, or riches to rags story. And he went to the college and became a professor. All of them had seen a biting poverty, an abysmal poverty when the father died away. He was only breadwinner. The mother had to go and work as a cook in Rajajinagar, Malleshwaram in those days, and then you earn a living. So the children found it very difficult, and Shirdi Baba had appeared as a boy of probably 10 years for the Varda Anna. In Kannada it is said, I think it is Varda Anna. Correct me if I am wrong, anybody knowing Kannada. So for that, everybody used to go there. And several lifetimes away, that's what it looked like to Professor. He became a professor, and his name is Vishakant. Vishakant, every night, he is now 77 years old. Every night he used to soak 4 or 5 almonds in water. In water he will soak and then keep it. He will pray, he will make a prayer and then do a namaskar and then go and sleep. We used to sleep at 10:30 every night. He was retired professor, but he was in great demand because he was a true devotee of Shirdi Baba. Next day morning, he woke up and then washed his face, morning ablutions, and quickly at 7:30, he took the almonds, 4 almonds. It was plump and juicy and wet. Every day he eats almonds. So that day he ate the 1 almond, which was okay. The second almond he was eating, while eating, one of the pieces went and stuck at the top of the trachea. Could not breathe. He could not talk anything. He was just finding it very difficult to breathe, and therefore his life was ebbing out. His eyes had gouged out, and then he was not able to breathe. He knew that he was dying. He just prayed to Shirdi Baba right in his, he was living in an apartment. In Bangalore, other people, other sisters and brothers had well settled, married with children. He was living in an apartment complex all alone at that time, 77 years old, and he prayed, Baba, if you really want me to die today and come to your holy feet, I am prepared. Please take my life today. And all this when he was very hard for breathing and he couldn't breathe at all, and he was thinking of the sentence he was thinking, and then he was about to pray. At that point, he turned around and then went and opened the apartment complex's drawing room's door. So the big hallway was there. He was thinking, at least if I die, I'll be dying my dead body will be found by my neighbors or somebody in the hall. He just prayed to him and then went to the hall, and then he thought he would die there, and then he turned around. He had enough time to come and do a namaskar. So he thought he came and bent before Shirdi Baba. At that very point, somebody gave a very big hit, harsh hit on his upper back. It was a very hard hit. He would have died, but then the little piece of almond came out of the mouth. He started breathing. His eyes became normal. He developed all the full consciousness. All these things took about 20-25 seconds. And he turned around to thank. Who is the person who hit me? He turned around. He could see nobody. And then he had turned around again and looked on the wall, and there was the smiling Shirdi Baba's frame. Our host has got beautiful frames of Shirdi Baba in his home. And he turned around. Shirdi Baba in the frame was smiling. He was opening and then smiling. He could hear. This is true love. I went all the way to Vishakant's professor's life. We meet with professors every day. Today, the 2 professors are here. No professor. Except any professor here? No. Any PhDs? Probably. Would be PhDs are everywhere. And therefore, this Vishakant, usually 3 PhDs come here, 2 professors come here. Today they are all busy teaching. One are teaching at UTD, probably a special class and exam, right? A UTD students right there. And the second one probably has gone to do a research on glaucoma. Am I right? The third one has gone to Houston. When I talk about all these professors doing important research, I always think of Professor, this gentleman, Vishakant. If I talk about his early experiences when he was 10 years old, with that Vardhana, mother is cooking, Shirdi Baba goes as a 10-year-old boy and then gives a picture to the mother, because your husband has died, you are such a good man, and all of you are dedicated to me, I'll take care of your family forever. That is what he did. For the love he showed all his life, for the love his brothers and sisters and their mother showed, he returned his love. I told you, love is a common link. In the scriptures they say the Guru Purnima, on any Guru's Guru Purnima. If you come to the Guru on this particular day, it's a very special day. What happens? I told you very briefly. This is a very big book, but I told you in 10 sentences. I often talk about Ramachandra Atmaram Tarkad. The devotees who come here know quite a lot about Tarkad, the Mahartiya. Baba used to call him Mahartiya, the old man, grand old man. And we have seen lots of stories. I am very fond of Sita Devi and Ramachandra Atmaram Tarkad's son, Jyotindra. I have told so many times, there are so many repetitions. But then Jyotindra's life was such a great life. He was dedicated his love for Shirdi Baba and vice versa. I cannot explain in English language, neither in Hindi, definitely not in Telugu. Languages fall short of all the love that Jyotindra showed. Today, right now, for the next 5 minutes, I'll talk about Jyotindra's son, Virendra Jyotindra Tarkad. I have never spoken about Virendra in satsangs. Did I? No. Virendra's daughter Suhal used to call me. Suhal used to call me about 8-10 years ago. Uncle, I am working for IBM, like our photographer devotee. And IBM's job is a little bit boring to me, and IBM job is not very steady in those days, about 12 years ago when he called. She came to Chicago, and then she was staying with another very famous devotee who goes to Mumbai and stays with all the grandsons of all the galaxy of devotees that we talk about. That woman's name is Nayan Auntie. Nayan Auntie used to be in touch with me until about 6 years ago. She's very old. She must be 90 years old, but she may be watching this satsang. Nayan Auntie is very famous with so many people. All the names I told you, the sons and daughters, the great-grandsons of Ramachandra Atmaram Tarkad, and then Hematpan, and then Mahalsapati, all these people's families they invite. So through her, I had lots of invitation about all these persons, third generation or fourth generation. So Suhal called me, and then she said this. I said, oh, you don't want to be in the marketing, you want to be on the technical side. She said yes, and then next year she got into the technical side. That is Suhal. That is Virendra Jyotindra Tharkar's family. This Virendra had heard so many stories from Jyotindra, his father. Very exulting, exhaustive stories about Virendra Ramachandra Tharkar. And I am not getting into the stories. Virendra talks in one of the books where he talks elaborately about his father, Jyotindra, and all the miracles Baba did for him. The love between Baba and Jyotindra is an exclusive book. I can never talk about that. I just talk in bits and pieces. There are hundreds and thousands of miracles he did for Sri Jyotindra. That's because Shirdi Baba was in love with that. He was one of the best Ankita children. So when you are in love and Shirdi Baba is in love with somebody, he takes care so that the love binds them 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. Look at this gentleman, Virendra. Even though he belongs to the third generation, after Jyotindra, he comes here and then he goes to Shirdi several times. On the Guru Purnima, 18 times he went to Shirdi. On the 9th visit, in Shirdi, these days what they do on Guru Purnima is, they just take all the about all the 54 names precisely, all the devotees' names, and then it's put in a hundi. A kid comes there, a small girl comes, like Darshini comes and picks up all the names. And the first one gets to read the first chapter of Satcharita, and the second, third, so on and so forth. On that 9th visit, Virendra Jyotindra Tharkar got the 9th chapter. 9th chapter he has to read. Can anybody tell me what is the 9th chapter of Satcharita? I just said 9th chapter. 9 is a famous number. You are all thinking 9 is an extraordinary number. Uncle was born on the 9th March. 9 is very great thing. 9 is, I'm holding 9th as a very reverential place because on 9th of every month, big miracles happen. No. 9th chapter explains the love between the Tharkat family and Shirdi Sai Baba. That is the only chapter in Satcharita which talks about Sita Devi's migraine. That is the only chapter that talks about the train journey where King George's coin is given to the fakir who comes, don't bother Ramachandra Atma, don't bother us anymore. Here you take the silver coin. Normally that silver coin during the British rule value is very, very valuable. And then the fakir, he says, fakir, you go away, we are all playing cards. He just smiles and vanishes on the very spot. And Tharkad and the friends watch. This fakir took my silver coin and vanished. He ought to be somebody. He found who that somebody is when he went to Dwarakamayi the very next day because Baba produced that coin before Ramachandra Atmanam Tharkad and Sita Devi. There are heaven of a lot stories about this family. But this person read the 9th chapter and he considered a special blessing from Shirdi Baba, Virendra Jyotindra Tharkad. And then when he was reading in the Dwarakamayi, he also got a very special picture and a coconut pani, coconut water, and then a very nice picture. He framed that picture just like this. And then every night before he goes to bed, I am talking about Virendra, of whom you don't know, most of you don't know, except perhaps him, because he reads a lot. He's a very wide reader, a very wild reader, if I may. And then he reads so many times of even Charita Amrutam and Satcharita and Guru Charitra and so many Charitras. He says, Virendra says, every night I go there and pray in Hindi. The translation is, oh Lord, grant me only this wish, that I should never forget you. He didn't want a bungalow, he didn't want anything. At least in the beginning he said, I pray to you so that give me this boon, I should never forget you. But then, very soon, he thought about his father Jyotindra. Jyotindra. He had a huge bungalow, an imported car, a British car, and then he had servants, he had very nice temples inside the home, and a storeroom filled with all the book says storeroom filled with all the Chinese things, so China plates, China means plates and other stuff, all imported from China. So he had lots of things and a big bungalow. So Virendra thought, why not I build a home Why not I take a home just like my father? This is one of the desires that Virendra got into, even though he was a devotee of Shirdi Baba. Like some people would like to possess 2, 3 homes in South Haven, maybe one in West Haven. I don't know. This desire comes to everybody, right? If you are owning a big home in Prosper, in Frisco, you want to own a big home in Flower Mound. You want to own a big home in South Lake. And then they come and see, no, uncle, these homes are all very small and set to the same design. Every home in South Haven is the same. Only thing is there are 2 companies that built it. That's all right. They go and build a huge home. That was their dream. There's nothing wrong with these dreams because they prayed to Shirdi Baba and Baba gives a huge home. That's what had happened with that devotee. Virendra started building and then he named it Virendra Jyotirindra Tharakat, Vijyot. He called it Vijyot. That building, bungalow is still there in Mumbai. Any of you go there, please visit. Next, he had a marble stone, like the stone as level 7. The other room has got level 7 rounds. They're very, very smooth and very, very nice. You can see your face. So these level 7, so are they level 7 or 8, 9? Okay. Virendra thought we should have a beautiful puja room. He built a marble stone puja room. Suddenly, after the finishing, he started living in Vijyot. This Vijyot is 100 kilometers from Mumbai. It is in a place called Vangaon, V-A-N, Gaon. If you go to Vangaon, there are lots of buses. This famous man is still living there along with the daughter and son. Daughter Suhal, son is Mahendra. Real names. They are still living. Our Virendra is still living, Sri Virendra. So, he thought we should have a color photograph of Shirdi Baba. Why should I have a mandir without a picture of Shirdi Baba? Therefore, he was hunting for a big color picture of Shirdi Sai. And he came to know very soon that somebody is there. Somebody is from somebody. How that encounter happened, I'll tell you in 2 sentences. It was the days after the bombing in Mumbai, of the terrorist bombing. That was March of 1993. April of 1993. In the end of the month, April, suddenly some stranger came and knocked on the door. And he was away doing some work. His wife, Virendra's wife, Mrs. Kunda came and opened the door, saw through the peephole that some stranger is staying there. He told the husband, and the husband said, it's okay, strangers are sent by Shirdi Baba. He is such a great lover of Shirdi Sai. He came and opened the door, and then a perfect stranger was standing there. He said, may I come in? Virendra said, yes. He looked very soft and then sadhu-like, and then he wanted to come in. And then that was dinner time. Before long, he offered dinner because some aditi comes, you have to offer dinner, and then if he's a good man, if he's a terrorist, he wouldn't have opened the door, right? So he took the dinner, and then they were sitting on the sofa and then talking about so many things. At the time, Virendra Jyotindra Tarkat said, I need an oil painting, I need a color picture for my beautiful home puja room. He saw the puja room and said, my brother is a great Marathi. Come in, Kaveri Garu. Brother is a great Marathi stage actor, and then he's being such a good stage actor. He has got an elder brother living in London. His name is Abba Panishkar. So he is there. He is the one. Abba Panishkar is the one who will do Shirdi Baba work, and therefore you have to contact him for the picture. And go up to May of 1993, 22nd May. He finds out Abba comes from London, and then they go to their home, and then they are very well welcomed. They don't know, Abba's people don't know who is Virendra Jyotindra Tarkad. And they go there, and then they sit down, and then suddenly they find a big sannyasi, like a great Sadguru-like person comes with a orange awkward dress with a great mala. What is that mala? Rudraksha, but with a great Rudraksha mala and a saint-like dress, and then he comes there with lots of udi on him, and then he looks like a 70-year-old person, and then he comes there, and then he says, I know why you have come. Virendra and Kunda and the daughter and the son, they all do namaskar, and then Finally, he comes to know. Before he comes to know, this fellow is asking for peda and dakshina. They didn't know that. So he runs. You should come with, when you want to invite Shirdi Baba in your home, you have to bring peda. So he goes to the Siddhi Vinayagar temple close by and brings some peda urgently and then gives it to this gentleman from London. His name is Abba Panishkar. These are all real people who lived there, who are still living there. So Abba Panishkar goes inside the home and brings a huge box from which he opens that. It's about 6 feet length and then 2 feet wide. He takes a picture in a perfect Kodak sheet, 1 millimeter thick Kodak sheet. Opens, he asked Virendra to open. That is the color picture of Shirdi Sai. He didn't even know. He was mentioning to the brother about him, and then Abba Panishkar is already with the picture. Later on, he came to know he's a great devotee of Shirdi Sai. And he's a photographer, he's a painter, and therefore the picture is right in front of him. He gives a bear hug to Abba Panishkar, and then Abba Panishkar says, "It's all yours." He also goes inside, he brings 2 coins, silver coins, and gives it to Virendra. Virendra could not stop his tears. He takes both the coins and said, "This is one of the special days in my life because you have given me just now the 2 coins that Shirdi Baba used to call Shraddha and Saburi." Abba Panishkar is probably even a better known devotee than even Virendra. There are no comparisons like that. And then he takes the coin and then asks Abba Panishkar, "Tell us something about you." His life is full of Shirdi Sai stories. I'm branching off the tangent, going into Abba Panishkar, but except for this one reason. He tells Virendra, "My father was a Siddhi Vinayagar temple's chief priest in Mumbai. And then when I was 8 years old, a fakir came and gave me a small picture of what looked like Shirdi Sai. It was Shirdi Baba, very much a Muslim saint in the opinion of Abba Panishkar. And then Abba Panishkar says, I am only 8 years old. I am not allowed to keep Islamic saints' pictures in those days. No, it's manah. So I cannot keep it, and therefore you take it back. For which the fakir says, Beta, ab to ise mat lo, पर तेरी किस्मत में लिखा है इसकी ज़िंदगी भर आप बातें करेंगे, ज़िंदगी भर आप बातें करेंगे. The translation runs like that. My dear son, you may not accept this picture right now, but then throughout your life you will be singing songs, poems about this particular person, Shirdi Baba, and then you will also become the greatest devotee of this person, and therefore you take it. After saying this in Marathi and Hindi, that fakir just vanished. That is Baba's nature. He comes before you, he comes in the dream, the girl vanished. Sripad Srivallabha coming as a small girl, after coming there, giving a kiss to a 15-year-old girl in that congregation of 4, that includes another famous devotee here, next to this home. She is now in India, right? And then she gives Udi to Shantiji, and then Shanti receives it, and then Sripad Srivallabha, like a girl, she comes there. Sripad Srivallabha said several times, I am a female and a male. I am called, on the left side is Anaga Devi, on the right side is what? Datta Digambara, right? In between is I am. That is my birth. That's the secret of my birth, and therefore the young girl says, I am now girl, but it is she. I came from Shirdi. I came from Sripad Srivallabha in your dream. That's a special dream. Similarly, that fakir completely vanished. Virendra built this bungalow 100 miles from Mumbai. 100 miles, and then today if you go and enter this home, you will find this picture. You will find this picture. This small book is written in praise of Shirdi Baba, the whole family. And I am sure Suhal and Mahendra, one of whom is in touch with me, at least was in touch with me, will lead a glorious life in IBM. And Mahendra, I am told, is a IT manager. They will all become CEOs, and I am sure they will all one day start praising the whole family. They won't have any time. Such is The love. The love binds silent. Such is the love. The love that binds you from within. Particularly when you come to Guru Purnima, Dwarakamayi Puja. No, Guru Purnima day, Dwarakamayi Puja. Today's puja is very, very special. Again, I cannot help thinking 125 persons will be here. There will be about 40 kids playing around. And in the din and bustle of the children playing, I won't be able to talk. But I'm able to talk. Of course, you are able to hear very clearly because the kids are missing, except about 10, 15 kids are there. Why is this happening? I'm thrilled to tell you. The mind gets bogged down. It is boggled, embroiled in lots of mundane things. The mind gets imprisoned by lots of stuff every day. Because you have got to water your garden, right? Even if you are staying in an apartment, you got to get that door fixed because there's a big hole in the door. My garage door is not fixing, it is not closing. It is opening but not closing. It can happen only once, right? It goes up and it never comes down. Not so much of a problem. Uncle, my car stopped. Last June, Shirdi Baba's third Saturday, a fantastic devotee who is also in the center of the satsang, he was riding on 121. Look at the love. He and his wife serve Shirdi Baba through the satsang and other times also. They are great lovers of Sripada Sri Vallabha, Sri Charana. They are great lovers of Sri Narasimha Saraswati. At least we don't talk as much about Akalkot Maharaj. He was driving his van with his two daughters and then a wife. Suddenly, near an exit, I forgot the name of the exit, Parker. Was it Parker? Parker car stopped. It was not stopping. The engine was losing power. And then he being a very seasoned driver, he took the next exit and then went there, near a lane, next lane. And then he was waiting for somebody. And then he left the car. Other people were sent and then other people brought in time. We were late only by 5 minutes in June 3rd Saturday, if you remember. Just 5-10 minutes. Started talking. Started delivering the lecture. Next Monday, he went to take the car out, Sunday, and then Monday. When he was going to see the car was parked at exactly some Paul's Auto Shop. Name is right? My memory serves me good. Paul's Auto Shop, he was standing and our devotee was thinking, how I wish some mechanic is sent by Shirdi Baba. And he just thought, he turned around, just like our former president, he was speaking. Some action needs to be taken immediately. He turns around and then he does that. He stood there the other day, look at the praise he paid to God. He said, in the convention, third day, yesterday or day for yesterday, I am standing here because of the grace of God, only because of the grace of God. He said that once only. I am saying twice. Because believers in God, he must have done some punya. Sometime. You will say in the previous life, uncle. No, in this life he could have helped somebody. While driving, he could have given money to a street person, buy a hamburger or 100 hamburgers. So very, very rich person, right? So if you do some punya at the right time, if you do several punyas, they will all, one punya, one small punya, suddenly Sripada Sri Vallabha says, suddenly it will come as a huge boon. And also, vice versa is true. You got to be careful about the statement I am not saying. He is turning around, our Sri Nandakishore, turning around and then he sees, he is thinking, I told you what he was thinking. I wish somebody was a mechanic. He sees a gentleman coming, an Indian gentleman coming. Sir, is there a problem with your car? He is saying something like that. And then Nandakishore Maharaj explains everything. He suddenly feels, I just thought about Shirdi Baba sends a mechanic. And at that point, between these two thoughts, there was a phone call from me. And then I happened to say, I have forgotten, he reminded, I happened to say it's going to be easy repair. Did I say that? Easy repair. And then How easy could it be? The mechanic comes there and meets with him. It's a fairly long story, taking another 4 or 5 minutes. Come on in, Mr. and Mrs. Vishwanath, another great devotee of Shirdi Sai. So, he gets a mechanic. He says it could be, this could be the problem, that could be the problem. I got a mechanic store on 183, and mechanic shop and body shop on 183, and therefore you come there. He goes there, and then on Wednesday, Thursday morning, Wednesday evening, he gets the car back. Days are okay, right? Maybe Thursday, he gets the car back, beautifully served and serviced, and then he's able to drive. Today he came with that car. Why I am saying is, you should have a lot of love for Shirdi Sai. You should have, when you come to a puja like this, you should keep listening to what uncle is saying. Because if you listen to the stories of Shirdi Baba, particularly on Guru Purnima day, I told you, the result is all your karmas get washed. This is a very good reply for Dr. Sushma and Srimati Jyoti. Jyoti is not here. Very good reply on Guru Purnima day. Because you are doing lots of punya, and therefore all your pop goes away. They are all crushed like stones by Sripad Srivallabha. Shirdi Baba will just look at the pop and they are all gone. That is what happens on Guru Purnima day. That is why I am sorry, 128 people I don't see. Well, more people are there. Balcony. Very good. I used to refer to balcony in my satsangs as a place where British Queen can come and sit, like Charles and Charles' wife. This is how the love is explained. Look at this particular love story. Do I have time? I have enough time, at least for 15 minutes, right? This love story has never been said so elaborately. Not that I'm going to take 1 more hour, just about 20-25 minutes, if they permit, because I started late. This gentleman heard of Shirdi Baba from Das Ganu Maharaj. Das Ganu Maharaj used to do lots of kirtan. He used to talk about Namdev. He used to talk about Tukaram. He used to talk about Tukaram and Namdev in all the Harikathas, but he always used to keep a Shirdi Baba's picture. When Shirdi Baba was living at the time, he used to keep that picture next to that. He used to talk about all the leelas of that Emperor Shivaji, because of Ramdas. He got from the hands of Ramdas. He invited Emperor Shivaji. That's why he became very popular, very successful. He ran the state so well, very diplomatic. He won all the wars. He gave all the credit to Tukaram. And Namdev. He used to tell, our Das Ganu Maharaj used to say, it is very, very lucky for people who lived there in those times, Tukaram and Namdev. But then today, if you want to know, his picture is there, Baba's picture. Today, if you want to know, if you want to get the same benefits of love, the material benefits, leave alone the spiritual benefits more. If you want to get the worldly benefits like Shivaji got, Emperor Shivaji, there is one person living. Today's Namdev, today's Tukaram is none other than, you will look at the photograph and tell, that is Shirdi Baba, Shirdi Sai Maharaj. If you come to him, he is in flesh and blood, the two great saints I told you. He is in flesh and blood, the same person. You perhaps will get more benefits than those two people. So he got to know in one of the meetings, this gentleman went there. He was a petty clerk, making only 35, I can't say 35 bucks. It was 35 rupees, Indian rupees. But then 35 rupees in those days, Shama used to get 3 rupees as a teacher, elementary school teacher. 3 rupees was enough to pay the rent, buy the rice. Rice was just 1/4 of an anna, you will get 1 bag. So the rent of a home will be 5 rupees. So he was getting so much, and this poor fellow was getting 35 rupees per month. But then in that money, he had to support a family of 4 or 5. His mother, his wife, his younger brother, and a young child, just not even 1 year old. He used to support all these people, and therefore he came to know he had his own nature. He was a very simple guy. a very simple and very emotional guy, very naive person at times. He used to say, shoot from the hip, as the saying goes. He used to say whatever he feels. If he is very angry, he will shout at people. If he is very sad, he will start shedding tears. So he was such a simple fellow. The Atma was very pure. Such people are very pure in Atma. He heard Das Ganu say that Shirdi Baba has got so much of greatness. He will fulfill all your desires, all your difficulties are gone. And therefore he wanted to see Shirdi Baba. But then he could not imagine, dream with 35 rupees and supporting such a large family. I told you, it is very difficult. Nay, it's impossible. And therefore, he was just wondering how to do that. But then he is also a man of great determination. In his determination, he wanted to start for Shirdi. His first visit was prepared. Immediately he started. At that time, his younger child, about 8 months, 9 months old, fell sick. With a sick child, going all the way from Bombay to Shirdi was a little bit difficult. His mother said, don't do all these thrilling adventures. It's at the cost of your own only child. But then he could not budge 1 inch. He said, I want to see this person. I want to see this saint. And therefore, he took the child with him. Suffering from fever, the child was taken by this gentleman. This gentleman's name, you may not, if I tell you, you will remember him. He is RB Pandere. One of the very few in the annals of Shirdi Baba whose love knew no bounds, whose love crossed all limits. But then he was also roasted from, from fire pan to? Frying pan to fire. I remember the Washington DC streets. There is a street near where I stayed. It's called the Frying Pan Road. And then you take a turn, it's called the Fire Road. It's all actually, in Atlanta also there is but in Atlanta you had only Frying Pan Road. There's no fire. This fellow wanted to go there, even though remonstrations from wife and mother, he didn't care. He carried 2 hoods and then said he also, took the child. They didn't come. We won't come, so he took all the way. He is taking the risk. Why is he taking the risk? He is taking the risk because he wanted to meet Shirdi Sai. Because he came to know his love for Shirdi Baba started flowing in his heart. He has not even seen him once. How is that happening? Like some of you in the satsang would not have seen Shirdi Baba. Your father and mother might have, when they were 14 years old or 3 years old, your grandfather or grandmother would have taken. That is the story you have. I am sure none of you here, have you seen Shirdi Baba? The host. You have not seen Shirdi Baba, right? Have you? No. So nobody has seen Shirdi Baba. Some of you here will be seeing Shirdi Baba, I exactly know. But nobody has seen Shirdi Baba the way I did. In my adult life, I have seen him 3 times. Conversations ranging from 41 minutes to 2 hours, 3 hours. So I have seen him like this picture. So it's very easy to talk about Shirdi Baba with reference to RB Pandere. Pandere Sahib was soaked in love. He went there, he didn't even care. The child was running temperature. When he went there, no sooner did he step into Shirdi, even Kopargaon, even the Godavari waters he touched, the child became all right. The child started kicking and playing, so healthy, giggling. Started playing like Darshini. So he was not wondering. He said all these things are bound because Das Ganu Maharaj says all these things. One has to believe. I'm talking so much about so many devotees. I talked about Puja Bhatt last time, right? The little girl who met with so many difficulties in life. Even today, living somewhere near Washington DC, she is having problems. But unlike 1 year ago, she was having problems all around. Now she has got only 2-3 problems right in front. She can deal with it with Baba's grace, she tells me. And she has been dealing very successfully. Her eyesight, for example, Puja Varma. As 90% she is okay. Why is these things happening? You should know. On Guru Purnima day, I am lecturing about Shirdi Baba. You listen, you think about him all the time. How come these people get out of this thing? Right? Willingly, unwillingly, they go to Shirdi, and willingly, Baba extends his love and cures all of them. At that point, his child is okay, and then he's going all the way into meeting Shirdi Baba. Baba says, he blesses him, and then, but everything Baba said will occur exactly as he said, he says. What is that he is referring to? Baba says, when you go all the way with your family, when you go there, go to Nasik and stay there for a day. Don't leave Nasik before one day. And therefore he goes there, and Nasik, his younger brother, gets cholera. In those days, cholera epidemic was there in India. He gets cholera. So he's high fever and then loose motions, all those things that cholera gives. And then he's not worried. He doesn't budge an inch. And then he stays there for one day, and then he continues. He goes back home without any worries, without any problems, without any further damage to his younger brother. This is a kind of reverence and faith. And therefore, when he goes there, he keeps on praying. But then, not long before, he comes running to Shirdi once again. When he comes to Shirdi, Baba gets very angry. Baba says, Baba wants to give him. He's an Ankita child. When somebody is loving you, he's always giving you some benefits, right? Physical benefits. When you love a child, when your own child you love, you get her gold jewelry, you get her a nice dress, you get her a nice shoe, right? All these things. If she's attending school, you get her a nice book, nice TV. I forgot, nice cell phone. 3-year-old. All these goodies she gets in these days. But in those days, the Ankita child happened to be Purandare himself. And then Baba loves him very much. He wants to give you corporeal benefits. So many benefits Purandare received. I'm going to talk about a few of them now before the end of this satsang. All this I am doing because if you come to Dwarakamayi Puja on Guru Purnima, all these things, whatever you ask, Shirdi Baba will come to you. Some of you will get it tonight. Some of you will get him in the dream, and he will promise something. He may come as a girl, as a boy, like Varda Anna. He may come as a 10-year-old boy. He may come in physical form to your doorstep and ask for food. All these things are possible. I have seen all these acts of Shirdi Baba. So when he comes there, he doesn't know what to do. Baba's kindness is very well known to Shirdi Baba himself. But then he says, Purandare, he used to call him Ram Bhav. Okay? He says, Bhav, you have come all the way here. You go and build a home. Buy a plot of land. He was living there in Bandra, in Mumbai in those days. Bandra used to be a wasteland. All sorts of waste was dumped there. It's a dumping ground. And then he says, go and buy a home nearby. And then start building. And then come here. He doesn't know. He says it's all not worth the candle. How can I go and buy this thing? I am 35 rupees earner, and then I cannot go. So he goes there, doesn't buy any lot of land, any plot as it's called in India. No plot of land, even though it is available. He comes back to Shirdi once again. Baba gets extremely angry that he didn't buy. He tells Bade Baba, what is this man thinking? This Ramba, what is he thinking? Am I a man or a beast? In Marathi he says, Hindi, am I a beast? Why is he not listening to me? How come he is coming there without buying a lot or start building? So the Bade Baba, he says, Bade Baba, you go and talk to him. Bade Baba comes and talks with Purandare. And Purandare explains to Bade Baba certain things, and then Bade Baba goes in there. It's not possible for him. Baba, it's not possible for him because it's not an economically viable project for him and all that. So he doesn't get angry with Bade Baba because Bade Baba is very close to him. He gets 30 rupees every day from Shirdi Baba. It's a very valuable, invaluable man. And therefore he goes to Nana Chandorkar. Nana Chandorkar is there in another corner. He said, Nana, idhar aao. Nana, go and tell this idiot. Baba didn't say idiot. He says some other words than that. So go and tell him that, ask him, am I a beast or a human being? Am I a man or a beast? That's exactly what. And then Chandorkar knows there is lots of meaning to what Shirdi Baba says. He goes there and talks to RB Pandere, Rambhav. Rambhav explains at length too, because Chandorkar is a deputy collector and he knows. So what is the demand? That what is he talking? What is Baba talking? He explains he wants me to build a home, buy a lot of land. I cannot do that. And he understands Rambhav and then says, I'll tell Shirdi Baba. So he goes to Baba once again. They're all friends, like he is talking to Shirdi Baba. He says, Baba, that is not possible. That's not viable for a 35 rupees a month person, and also he has got a large family. If you want, if you permit, Nana Chandorkar says, I can build a home. I can completely finance, build a home and give it on a silver platter. To which Baba gets angry, but then he doesn't show it out, and then he tells Nana Chandorkar, well, if this home is to be financed, I am the one who is going to give. I have enough money for this Rambhav in my Sarkar. He says the same, but in my Sarkar I have enough money and therefore I know how to finance him. Get the heaven out here, even for Nana Sahib Chandorkar. So he goes away. Nana knows if Baba was bent on doing something, he will do it in a jiffy. And this is what happens. He goes to Mumbai again. Who? RB Pandere. Purandare thinks, I cannot escape this Sadguru. This Guru is very powerful, I cannot escape. Therefore, he is talking to his friends for plot. They say in the vast wasteland where all this garbage is dumped in Bandra, this is what Bandra was in the early 19th and 20th century, 1904, 1905. You know the year I am talking about, right? And therefore, the friend says, I'll choose one of the best lots somebody is building. So he chose a best lot, and then he didn't have money. For the money, he says, I'll give you the money. No questions asked, take the money and buy the lot. He buys the lot, and the Purandare says, should I execute any bond? The friend says, he has not seen the friend for a long time. He says, you take the money and buy it and do whatever you want. No documents, no oral agreement, nothing. Purandare is surprised. Who is this friend? I never knew this friend and this friend for a long time. I missed him. He buys a lot of land in that wasteland and then goes to Shirdi. You guess what happened? Baba took some stones and then wanted to throw at him. Baba will literally throw the stones. I copy Shirdi Baba exactly. My stones are flowers. In the puja that's ensuing, I'll throw flowers at you. Particularly at those people, lots of flowers, because they are doing lots of, not punya, anything but punya. Lots of flowers I'll be hitting their face. Don't be counting the flowers you receive, okay, during the satsang, during the puja. That's what Baba said. I'll hit you. Baba said to Purandare, I'll cut you to pieces, and then under my feet I'll cut you and then bury you under my feet. This is exactly what he told in Hindi. Hum jante hain Hindi mein. What did Baba say? I don't want to say that. Most people don't know Hindi. I'll cut you to pieces, okay? I'll bury you right here, he said, and therefore, don't come here any more time. Okay, so he was hounded out of Dwarakamayi. He didn't know what to do. But in all these cases, when he is threatened by Shirdi Baba, the love for Shirdi Baba was increasing in his mind. This is what is called Rinanubandha. If you have Rinanubandha with Shirdi Baba might do anything, he will test you, like the car stopped. But within 3 days, he got the car back, right? He had some peculiar experiences. Similarly, he will fry you from the frying pan to the fire. He will do it. He has done a lot with me. I have taken everything as a prasad from Shirdi Baba. If I suffer from this thing, this is a prasad. If some devotee is going hammer and tongs at me, that's a prasad. Okay, do it. Very next day, good things happen to that devotee. I forgive people very easily. That's what he taught me. Here, our RB Purandare Sahib doesn't know what to do. True love, because he thinks true love does not blame. True love does not find fault. True love embraces all the faults and forgives. Right? Remember the book Love Story? True love. That's how the novel starts with true love, definitely. Love story. Film, Hollywood movie, or the book in 1968. He goes there. He does not have any escape. He goes and applies for a loan of 500 bucks, 500 rupees. In those days, a lot of money. So 500 rupees he takes a loan and then gives a sham of a building. He gives everything to his brother. His younger brother is a civil engineering supervisor. In those days, British days, called a sub-overseer, that's how they used to say, assistant supervisor. He starts building a sham of a building within 1 week. No good foundation, no good walls. All walls started cracking within a month. And then he builds some this thing. There's a big rain. Half the wall went into shambles, but then he again builds. Because Purandare knows, unless I build the home, I cannot win his love. In the meantime, while building, Baba punishes him with a migraine headache. Purandare starts holding his head and then supervising his home. Brother is building. He cannot. The migraine headache keeps growing every day. And he writes a letter to Radhakrishna. He said, Ai, you tell Shirdi Baba, I'll come there, you ask him to take my life, or else take this migraine away. He writes clearly in Hindi. Radhakrishna says, what can I do? I am a very small fry, right? He is frying everybody. He is frying me also. I am a small fry and therefore I cannot do anything. She keeps the letter, doesn't read. Usually she can read it to Shirdi Baba through Shama. That doesn't happen. He builds a home, and then when he built the home with 500 rupees, in the book, Sri Narasimha Swami says that building is called the Jerry building. Jerry. Is the exact English meaning. I have to agree. Jerry building, I have never read anywhere in essay. Anybody knows, please enlighten me. This is called a Jerry building, meaning a building with lots of defects. I never use this word in my college or in my school. So this kind of a Jerry building, he is built, he comes there. This is a bungalow that Shirdi Baba wanted to give him. And therefore, with this concept of a Jerry building, Narasimha Swamiji uses this word 3 times in his description of RB Pandere. With this building, he goes there, and then what is he getting? You just see. There is always a conferring of love. There are lots of methods. Okay. And then Baba doesn't appreciate all these things. And then the headache also goes away. He writes and then the headache goes away. Do I have time? 5 more minutes? This Purandare is a very peculiar fellow. He's playing around with Baba. Baba appears in several dreams. And then he keeps on going to Shirdi and coming back. And Baba appears in a dream. Don't come to Shirdi often. He doesn't say that I'm going to make a mincemeat of you, I'll cut your legs. He doesn't say in the dream. He just says, I am there near the Maruti temple. Near the home they built a Maruti temple in Bandra. It is still there. In the Maruti temple, I'll be standing there every day on a Wednesday morning. You come there and meet with me. Don't come to Shirdi. That is your Shirdi, Bandra. That is your temple, Shirdi temple, he says in the dream. And he says, okay. So he doesn't go anymore. But then he's very, very fond of this thing. He cannot remain there without seeing him. So he goes there after some time. When he goes there, this is the story of the silver palanquin. I have enough time to tell you. In those days, Baba had a very nice palanquin. It was made of silver ornaments, and Radhakrishna was in charge of that. When they had a silver palanquin and Shirdi Baba should be shown, right? One day Radhakrishna and all these people, Purandare including, they're all taking this thing right in front of the Dwarakamayi, the mosque, the Masjid Mai. When this goes there, Baba gets wild. He just takes everything, a big stick, he stays, probably the pole, the Dwarakamayi, the Guru Purnima pole or something, he just pulls and then he's about to beat everybody. Instead of beating, he says, everybody is hiding, running, but then not RB Pandere and Radhakrishna. He will not beat these 2 persons, remember. He says, I don't want this palanquin to come into this Sabha Mandap. I don't want any of these things and therefore take it away. Make a long story short, that palanquin that night was kept outside in the dark. There is no this thing, it is street in front of Dwarakamayi. There is no Sabha Mandap, not yet made by Chandorkar and Dikshit. And therefore it is there. Next day morning they come on and find out so many silver articles, so many silver horses attached to it, they are all missing. They were all stolen. And they tell Shirdi Baba, Baba roars, he says, how come they didn't steal the very palanquin? They should have taken the whole palanquin instead of taking a few articles. But then they all go and tell them. So they go and huddled into the Radhakrishna Maya's hutment, and then they discuss how to make a small garage for the palanquin. In order to make the palanquin, Baba has to permit, because they have to make some rafters, they have to make 4 holes in the Dwarakamais. There were 3 walls for Dwarakamai in those days, and even in these days, very good walls these days. There were muddy walls. Said 3 holes have to be made. Baba will not permit. Therefore, when Baba goes away, goes for bhiksha, goes for some other reason, walk, we will put the 3 holes and put the 3 rafters. Because the rafters have to be there attached on the one side to Dwarakamayi. On the other side, they have to put some stone or some sticks, heavy sticks, or some bricks, okay, and build this thing for the shed for the silver palanquin. And RB Pandere, he has become an Ankita child. He says, I don't need Shirdi Baba's. He has become very bold like Shama. I don't need Shirdi Baba's permission. And then he started building. He brought all the rafters and Baba was away at Lindi Bagh or Bhiksha. He was about to put the holes when Baba appeared on the scene. What? You are trying to kill me? He said in Hindi. हमें मार रहे हैं क्या? मुझे आप क्या कर रहे हैं? Something like that. He was shouting, and then Purandare came and said in a calm voice, Baba, it is like this. The palanquin needs a place. You need a place and a good place for your palanquin, because Radha Krishna, he puts the blame on Radha Krishna Mai. I wants all these things to be safe, and therefore we are doing. He first says, no, you can't do that. You all go away. He gets very angry. He takes some stones and hits everybody except I and Purandare. All the others are going away, the workers, laborers and all that. They're very afraid of Shirdi Baba. And when they are flying away, they are running away, he says, Purandare says, Baba, you have to give me permission. But to which Baba says, you have come with your wife and your wife and mother, with the little child. You are not taken any food. When you are not taken any food, you are not permitting your family to take any food. And they are all waiting for you to, come there to wherever they were staying, in the Dikshit Vada or some Vada. So you have to go there, you have to eat. But Purandare says, Baba, I am not leaving, because when I leave, you will pull all the rafters and then you will undo all our structures. Baba would easily do that. He has done that several times when the Sabha Mandap was being built. And therefore, he says, I won't go. And then finally, Baba yields. I told you, true love between the Ankita child, Purandare, and Shirdi Baba. It is true love, and the same love exists between devotees like you and Shirdi Baba. It's only the degree, it's only the level of love. You must reach the height of that love. When you reach, there are not many conditions. You do the puja, you think of him all the time. You do puja for 5 seconds, you think of him every day before you go to bed. Like Virendra, you say, Baba, give me a boon so that I should never forget you. This is all the varan, all the boon I want from you. You say the same thing, ask for Shirdi Baba, and you become an Ankita child. And at that point, Shirdi Baba yields somehow, and then he says, okay, you go ahead and build it within a night, and then they build that particular shed. When I talk about, I have come to the end, another 1 minute. I have always insisted that you should come to the puja and think of Shirdi Baba. Think about the reason. I told you how these 4 people, 3 people, including Virendra, Suhal and Mahendra, they are all living. They are all very successful. What do I bring them? Because it's a celebrated Tarkat family. I can talk about our host, Sri Shiva. The illustrious job that he is doing building a temple. I call him Shiva because 5 Shivas I know, he is the temple builder. South Haven Shiva, of course, he is. There is another Shiva here, right? That is a Shiva whose wife had Shripada Shivalava in the dream 2 weeks ago. There is another Shiva. There is another Shiva in Houston, another Shiva in the West Coast. There are 2 Shivas in India, 4 Shivas in Washington. And this is a popular name. Shirdi Baba is more popular than any of the names that I am mentioning. If only you think of Shirdi Baba today, if only you pray with us the next 30 minutes or so, the Ashtotram, and then get the flowers, do one namaskar, and do it every day, one namaskar. In 24 hours, after a good meal, dinner, you and your children, along with your husband, can you not do a namaskar for half a minute or 15 seconds or 1 nanosecond? That is all is necessary, like Lord Krishna says. Think of me for a nanosecond, all your dreams will come true. You think of so many things with all your mindset, your mind blocks. But then you think of him, all the mind blocks goes away. That is how you should go to bed every day. A famous devotee in Bangalore went to a mall. There was no humor today, the entire thing. It was, uncle, it was very dry subject. Yeah, dry subject. The way you look at it, it is dry, it is dry. I respect your opinion. But in Bangalore, a man went to find a Shirdi Baba picture in the GM's Western Mall. There is one in Bengaluru. Watch this. He was wearing a dhoti. The guard at the entrance said, "We cannot permit you because you are wearing a dhoti." Said, "I want. You buy a Shirdi Baba picture, there is a painter inside. The Westerners come and buy. I'm living in India." He said, "No, we are not allowing anybody who is wearing dhoti." And then he came next time with a lungi, a designed lungi looking like a sari. The watchman looked at the lungi looking like a sari. He said, "Yes, go inside." He went inside and looked back at he brought the manager and looked back, and the manager said, "That is also a dhoti because he used to wear one at home. Here he is wearing a pant." So in the mall, he suggested in the visitor's notebook, "So show me a mall in Bengaluru where people come with only dhotis. I would like to go to that." They're saying, "Here everybody is wearing a pant." If you catch the meaning, it's okay. It's a humor, deep humor. Yeah, all of you are wearing pants. That's okay. I would like to wear a dhoti because this happens to be India. All right, we will do the puja now. My humor sometimes exceeds Sai Murari's humor. Sai Murari is now enjoying in Vijayawada or in a village near Vijayawada. He is not here. Maybe they are seeing. There are no Sai Murari jokes in my satsang. Very deep humor. That's only because Sai Murari has started enjoying cricket. He plays only cricket, he breathes cricket, he bowls cricket, he bats cricket. Of course. So cricket has become an obsession with him. How can I expect him to come with humor? I told him last time before he went to India, bring some humor, cricket humor from India. He said, "I'll try." Ladies and gentlemen, let us now do the puja, which is a very important puja. I may have covered or may not have covered all the stories I brought. I have today enough stories that will go up to 10 p.m. Some of them are very thrilling stories about the current devotees who are living in this country. They are extraordinarily attractive and they are spiritually very important. But then I always have time, another month, another third Saturday. But it won't be a Guru Purnima. You have to wait for 12 more months, right? Thank you so much for allowing me to have this satsang in your great home. And now let us do the puja. All of you, when you are ready, let me know. Om Sri Sai Sainadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sri Lakshmi Narayana Namaha. Sri Om Sri Sai Krishna Rama Siva Maruti Yati Rupaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sesha Saine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Godavari Tadashiladi Vasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Hridayalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Hridayavasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Budavasaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Buddha Bhavishya Pava Varjitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kalatitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kala Kalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kala Darpa Damanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Mrityunjayaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amartyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Martya Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jeevadaryaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvadaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavana Samarthaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavana Pradignyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Annavastradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Arogyakshemataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Dhanamangalya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Riddhi Siddhidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Putra Mitra Kalatra Bandhudaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Yoga Shema Vahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Apad Bandhavaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Marga Bandhave Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakti Mukti Swarga Pavargataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Preeti Vardhanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Antaryamine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sachidatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Nityanandaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Paramasugataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Paramasugataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Paramatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Swarupine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jagatapitreya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktanam Matrudatru Pitamahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Para Dinaya Namaha. Bhakta Anugraha Kataraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Saranagada Vatsalaya Namaha. Bhakti Sakti Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakti Sakti Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Vairagyadaya Namaha. Prema Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samshaya Hridaya Daurbalya Papa Karma Vasana Shayakaraya Namaha. Papa Karma Vasana Shayakaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Hridaya Granthi Bedagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Karmadvamsine Namaha. Sutta Sasvastidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Gunadida Gunatmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Ananta Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Amita Parakramaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Amita Parakramaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Jaine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Jaine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Durdarsha Shobhaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Aparajitaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Trilekeshu Abhigata Gataye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvasakti Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Swarupa Sundaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sulokshanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhairuva Vishwamurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Arubhavyaktaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Ashintaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvantaryamine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Manovagatitaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Prema Murtaye Namaha. Sulabhadurlabhaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Asahaya Sahayaya Namaha. Anatanata Dina Bandhave Namaha. Sarva Bharaptute Namaha. Om Shri Sai Akarmaneka Karma Sukarmine Namaha. Punya Shravana Kirtanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Dirtaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Vasudevaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satam Gataye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satparayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Loganadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhavananagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Amritamsave Namaha. Bhaskara Prabhavaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Brahmacharya Tapasaryadi Suvrataya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satya Dharma Parayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Yogeshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhagavate Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satpurushaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Purushottamaya Namaha. Satyadattva Bodhagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Kamadi Sadvairidvamsine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Apedanandanubhava Pravaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samasarva Mata Sammataya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Venkatesaramanaya Namaha. Sri Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Atpudananda Charyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Prabhannarthi Haraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samsara Sarvakashayakaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samsara Sarvadukkashayakaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvavit Sarvatomukaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvantar Bahistidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Bhishta Pradaya Namaha. Samarasa Shanmarga Sthapanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samartha Sadguru Sai Nadaya Namaha. Sadguru Sai Nadaya Namaha. Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sri Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayaga Rajadiraja Yogi Raja Parabrahma Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sri Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sainath Maharaj Ki. Now, after the 1 minute silence prayer, we will do the Aarti.
शिर्डी माझे पंढरपूर साई बाबा रमावर साई रमावर साई बाबा रमावर शुद्ध भक्ती चंद्र भागा भाव पुंडलिक जागा भाव पुंडलिक जागा याहू याहू अवघे जन करा बाबासी वंदन साईसी वंदन करा बाबासी वंदन गणू म्हणे बाबा साई धाव पाव माझे आई पाव माझे आई धाव पाव माझे आई.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः. ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ओम साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ओम साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ओम साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ओम साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ओम साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ओम साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ओम साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ओम साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो